Good morning from the box seats. This is Roger, and week 7 is in the books. 12 teams, 6 matchups, and another 7 days of the season slipping through our fingers. Attachment to a single week is a fool's errand. So let's let it go by examining it very, very closely. Standings are still a bit of a fog this morning. The league page is showing every team at 0 and 0 and 0, which I'm choosing to read as a moment of cosmic reset rather than a tech glitch. Either way, we'll get to the matchups because that's where the truth lives. Let's start with the loudest result of the week. Boss Hogg's Chicken Recipes put a 9-1 beating on Soccer's Football. This was a clinic. Bobby Witt Jr. went 11 for 27 with 3 home runs, 7 runs, 2 steals, and an OPS north of 1.260. Riley Green chipped in 10 hits and 21 at bats and an OPS of 1.274, which is the kind of week that wins you 4 categories before you've even opened your laptop. And on the mound, Dylan Cease went 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 0 earned runs. Tanner Bybee added 13 punchouts. Soccer is Football got a fine week from Seiya Suzuki and a stat line from Luis Arias that I'd frame and put on the wall. 2 for 3, 2000 OPS, but Gavin Williams giving up runs at a 7.5 clip in 12 innings is what blew the pitching ratios wide open. 1 category. That's all Soccer is Football got. Sometimes the universe is asking you to consider a new approach. On to the closest game of the week. Primetime Jeffrey and the creepy leaping base grabbers went to the wire, and the base grabbers won it 5 categories to 4. Cody Bellinger carried Jeffrey almost by himself. 9 for 24, 8 RBI, OPS of 1.109. Bryce Elder threw 11 and 2/3 with 17 strikeouts and a 1.54 ERA, which is a Cy Young week, but it wasn't enough. The base grabbers had Miguel Vargas going 6 for 21 with 3 home runs and a 1.169 OPS, Sedan Rafaela with 2 homers and 6 RBI, and a whole supporting cast of singles hitters in Otto Lopez and Dalen Lyle, keeping the runs and OPS columns ticking over. A 1 category margin. As Yogi Berra once said, in the end, we are all just letting go. Or maybe that was the Buddha. They tend to bleed together at my age. Next, Crush the Return absolutely dismantled Tragic Hardball, 8 categories to 2. Andy Pages had the single best week any hitter put up in the league. 10 for 24, 4 home runs, 8 RBI, an OPS of 1.357. That's a man who knows what he wants. Christopher Sanchez was the pitcher of the week without much argument. 15 innings, 17 strikeouts, 2 wins, 0 earned runs. Michael Waka added another 14 innings and a 1.29 ERA. Tragic Hardball got a monster from Kyle Schwarber, who hit 5 home runs and slugged over 1.00, and Josh Naylor had 11 hits and 3 steals. But Logan Webb, Luis Castillo, and Will Warren combined to give up earned runs at a rate that I'm not going to read out loud because we're all trying to enjoy our coffee. The pitching ratios are what flipped this from competitive to lopsided. Then there's Amarillo Wonder over Acuna Matata, 6-4, 2 heavyweight weeks colliding. Aaron Judge, and I'm going to say his name calmly, like the professional I am, went 7 for 25 with 3 home runs and 7 RBI for Amarillo. Yes, fine. The Yankees lost again last night, 3-4 in Milwaukee. So I'll take what serenity I can find. Jacob deGrom struck out 17 and 13 1/3 innings for Amarillo, which is the kind of line that decides the strikeout category by itself. Acuna Matata had the highest single OPS of the week from Bryce Harper. 4 home runs, 7 runs, OPS of 1.568. Brandon Lowe added 2 more bombs and an OPS just under 1.20. But Acuna's pitching staff cratered. Max Fried at 7.50, Bailey Ober at 9, Yuri Perez at 9. When your hitters do that much and you still lose 6-4, the answer is always on the mound. Matchup 5. Starless Supper Club All Stars over Pete's shitty ass team. 7-3. Starla got 3 home runs from Matt Olson, 2 more from Bryce Terang with a 1.010 OPS and a 12 inning, 12 strikeout. 2.25 ERA week from Peyton Toll that quietly anchored the pitching side. Pete's team got a beautiful 11 strikeout start from Jacob Misiorowski and a 6 RBI 1.022 OPS week from Michael Bush, but couldn't string together enough volume across the categories to make it close. And finally, OnlyFams and A. Shira says J.J. Pasquale went 6-4 in favor of A. Shira. The story here is Davis Martin, 13 innings, 19 strikeouts, a 0.69 ERA. That's not a fantasy line. That's a hostage situation. Logan Gilbert added 12 innings and 13 Ks behind him. OnlyFams got 7 RBI and 2 homers from Pete Alonso and a 14 strikeout week from Edward Cabrera. But Cabrera's 6.55 ERA pulled the ratios in the wrong direction. 2 strikeout savants on the same staff, one helping, one hurting. The middle way is hard to find. That's the week. 6 matchups, 6 different stories, one common thread. Pitching ratios decided more categories than any home run did. Worth remembering as you set lineups. Week 8 is already underway. Keep an eye on 2-start pitchers. Watch the weather in the Midwest. And don't get too attached to a hot streak or a cold one. Both are passing clouds. This is Roger. May your streamers stream and your closers close.